Welcome on into another episode of Green Couch Chats. Today we're talking mental health with Brooklyn Day Coates. She is so many amazing things, including a classically trained abstract painter. She's also a fitness instructor, used to be a run instructor, but now she's a boxing instructor. So she keeps me fit. And most importantly, she's an incredible friend. So Brooklyn, we actually met at the gym pre your instructor era at Rebel House.
We did. That place brings people together. I'm telling you. What was our first conversation? I think we just complimented each other.
We did.
Can we be friends?
Pretty much. That's exactly how it went down. I was like, oh, you have a really cute set on. Oh, you too.
And I had seen you and I was like, this girl goes hard. She is so it was destined to happen.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so thankful that I get to go hard in your class now because you have great boxing combos. You know, you teach at 6 and 7 a.m. 6 a.m. is on Tuesdays and then 7 a.m. is on Wednesdays. And I love starting my day at Rebel House, but specifically, I love starting my day with you because, like I said, you just cultivate such a great environment. So when it comes to people starting their day, putting themselves first, how important do you think that is for mental health?
Oh, I think it's paramount. I think, you have to put your own oxygen mask on first, right? You can't, I think that in order to, at least for me in my experience, in order to show up to all these other situations that I'm in throughout the day, work, anything, I need to feed my own soul first. And I think for me doing that first thing in the morning, it just sets me up for success. I can bring my full best self to any situation. And I know some people have different routines. Some people do that at the end of the day. It just kind of depends on you. But yeah, for me, if I even get 5 minutes, it doesn't have to be a full hour class or 2 hour or a full painting day at the studio. I think it's more just centering yourself and giving yourself the same level of care and attention that you would to somebody else that you care about.
I mean, I think you and I were definitely both morning people.
We're similar.
So, and like you said, I mean, you make a really good point. For some people, it may be the end of the day when they're able to carve out that time for themselves. It depends. But for me, I'm first thing in the morning, I need to take time for myself to practice gratitude, to journal, to work out. Otherwise, I probably will not be very pleasant to be around.
Yeah, yes, same.
You cannot pour from an empty cup.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now I want to switch over a little bit just to your creative side. I think it's so cool that you are an instructor, you're playing this rap music. We just had an East versus West rap battle at it, or what do you call that?
No? Yeah, we gotta go back to the 90s. Totally. No, I do feel like I have two personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an artist full time. We are in my studio. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I was working in tech for a while. Then I studied art in school. It's always been a big part of my life, but since moving here, I've done it full time. So yeah, those are my two alter egos: artist by day, fitness instructor by early morning. Art is a creativity, creative fields in general. I think it's terrifying because there's no direct career path. No one's going to promote me right now. You know what I mean? I got to promote myself. Essentially during 2020, the company I was working for just was struggling and everybody had to go. So I was kind of forced, it was a forcing function to become a full-time artist. And I hustled a lot, and now I am here and I am able to do this full time, and it's incredible. And I don't think, I'm actually so grateful for that push, right? Just an example of something that was so hard to go through. It was so sad to leave my team, but kind of pushed me to get to this place. And yeah, I'm actually very, very grateful for it.
What was that draw to art for you in the first place?
Totally. Again, I feel my life has been me trying to resist this. I was I'm going to go study biology. I'm going to be an eye doctor. I was trying to not be an artist, even though I've been this since like I was born. Like my earliest memories are just like locking myself in my parents' garage and painting when I was like 6 for hours. It's always been a part of me. Once I finally was able to listen to myself and like listen to my intuition, it was like, this is what you need to do. Like you can figure out the details later. Like this is what you're supposed to do.
I would imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that there must be times where maybe you feel a creative block. Would that be safe to say?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I actually am, the timing is so funny on this because I felt like I was hitting a creative block probably a month or so ago. And I was telling my friend who I share this space with, like, it's like, I need to do something different. Like I am bored. Like I don't know. I need to mix something up. And he was like, yeah, you need to inject something new into your creative process. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So in my experience, like creative blocks come for me when I get too comfortable, like in my routine. I believe that any creative person has like this balance of being a little bit like it's a little bit of chaos and a little bit of control, and I like discipline, I think is really important. So even showing up to the studio every day, even if I don't paint, if I'm not feeling creative, like it's showing up, that's what matters. Honestly, the same thing with exercise. It's like if you just show up, you'll probably get there. Maybe it's halfway through class, but like so I do think like showing up and discipline is incredibly important for my creative process and any creative process. Like inspiration isn't gonna get to you if you're not showing up. So I sold everything in my studio a couple weeks ago, and I got some new materials. I'm starting to paint on silk. I normally paint on like canvas or linen. So I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit, make myself a little bit uncomfortable. And I'm hoping that helps because yeah, I do feel like any creative block that I'm in is because I'm comfortable.
When it comes to just the best piece of mental health advice that maybe you take personally or that you have for others, what would it be?
I think it's mind over matter. Like we've talked about this. I think a lot of times when we like, at least for me, when I get into like funks or I feel anxiety creeping in or like feelings of like sad feelings or anything like that, it's like I just need to find that mental strength, and then just like being kind to yourself. Like not every day is going to be 10 out of 10, and like that's fine. I think embracing the ebbs and flows, like in creativity, in fitness, like there are ups and downs and you can't be at peak at all times, and that's okay. Like, and I also think not everything, you don't have to try to find positivity in everything. Sometimes you can have a bad day and that's fine.
It's like the lows make you appreciate the highs so much more.
Exactly.
It's like you kind of just have to lean in when you have those bad days, accept it is what it is. Don't stay there, but just embrace it. And it's going to make the highs so much better.
100%. And I love how you said, don't stay there. Like let it ride for a second and then you mind over matter, like use that mental strength, pull yourself out, like.
For those who want to take a boxing class, how do they go figuring that out? And then, okay, I'll tell you guys, rebel-house.com. Get in her class.
With Brooklyn on Instagram. Come box with Mariluz.
Come box next to me. I'm usually on number 5, I think is my spot.
That's bad.
I like to be right next to Brooklyn. And then in terms of your art too, where can people find that?
Yeah, my website is a work in progress. Again, that's the not fun part of my job for me, but you can find me on Instagram. My handle is Brooklyn Day. It's BKLYN Day. You can find me there, website to come. And yeah, I'd love to chat.
Yeah, amazing. Brooklyn, thank you so much for joining us at the Green Couch today. You are fabulous in every single way, and I appreciate you so much.
So are you. I'm so happy we're friends.
Me too.